Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to chapter 4. I think it's finally time to talk about Andav Sokolov, because why not? Pretty interesting guy and very important character in this story. Let's begin from the early days of this amazing human being. An immigrant from the nation of Tavia, Sokolov established himself as a painter and sculptor of Dunwall at an early age. While he was a kid, he was already painting all the best people across the land. It became fashionable for members of aristocracy to pay a huge amount of coin to have their portraits painted by him. Sokolov continued to deliver despite his hate for the rich people. So, Sokolov began to establish himself as a master of many disciplines. He was a widely known painter, sculptor, scientist, inventor, writer, world traveler, and philosopher. He rose through the ranks to become the head of the Academy of Natural Philosophy and royal physician to the Caldwins. 2 years prior to receiving his position following the discovery of a potential whale oil as an energy source, Sokolov became partners with Esmond Rosenborough to create new technical marvels, acting as a key player in Dunwall's Industrial Revolution. He also took on Delia Copperspoon, a part-time painter herself, as his apprentice back in the day. Little is known about their relationship, but she left his mentorship for some reasons. Sokolov maintained a longer-lasting relationship with Jessamine Caldwin, the wife of Corvo, the main hero of his story. According to the heart, Jessamine was greatly influenced by Sokolov and allowed him a great degree of social freedom under her rule. It was during this time that Sokolov invented the Wall of Light and the Arc Pylon for the city's watch. These technologies were not used widely, only after the Emperor's assassination. Following Jessamine's assassination, Sokolov continued to enjoy the privilege of his position, as his inventions were very useful in the following time of chaos and strife. Sokolov enjoyed a close relationship with slaughterhouse owner Bundry Rothwild, inventing the arc mine and designing an interrogation chair that administrators loved, both of which were to be used against striking workers at the Rothwild slaughterhouse. Sokolov was given free roam of a slaughterhouse in exchange for access to the whales, which acted as excellent vivisection subjects, and also in the hopes that he would continue to make improvements to the machinery. And indeed, the natural philosopher installed an electrical system used to quickly kill a dying whale. Sokolov was obsessed with the outsider, so much so that he attempted rituals and sacrifices in order to summon him, but to no avail. The outsider did not find him interesting enough to be worth meeting. So, Sokolov got kidnapped by the Crown Killer and was held in Kyron Jindosh mansion until I saved him. So yeah, pretty amazing. Okay, because we have a lot of time and everything is so complicated, I think I should at least explain the outsider to you before we continue with the story. So yeah, outsider is something like a devil that grants powers to people just for his own enjoyment. He loves chaos, to stir the pot and watch what happens next. I can't really say he's evil because he's some kind of dark magic god of morality. Pretty hard to explain. He's not classically a trickster, even though he's done a few things that probably reminds people of other trickster examples. Like granting man some kind of forbidden boon. You could say he has underworld god qualities which represent incautious mystery or represent desires. In my opinion, his character is much stronger than any being with just the trickster qualities. The outsider is revealed to have human emotions but inhuman perception, making him almost alien, possessing two parts, human faculty and something primal. He was actually a human boy 4,000 years ago until some cult used him for a ritual. Like I said, now he's something that tests human morality. So yeah, he gave Korvo all his powers, as we say, marked him. Just had to explain these two characters before we go, so yeah, relax, sit down, drink some coffee and enjoy the video. I woke up in my bed, everything looked casual until I left my room. I was yet again at some kind of realm, or I don't know, space. Where she was, Delilah, the bitch that turned my daughter to stone. She explained her childhood and how my late wife, her sister, was bad to her and how her mother was killed and how she got mocked by the outsider too. Yeah, pretty long dream. Well, I don't sympathize with evil witches no longer, so nice try, bitch, I will still kill you. Okay, so I woke up and it was time to hear the name of the next person I will kill. So I went to Sokolov and asked him. Of course he was bruised, old and tired, not the great man I used to know, but of course he told me the name Brianna Ashworth. The lover of Kyron Jindosh, she has a group of witchcraft cultists following her. The curator of the Royal Conservatory. She was my next target. So I put few guards to sleep and got myself at the Royal Conservatory. Every day of my journey my powers was getting stronger. Now I even could summon a swarm of rats, slow time and see through walls. Sorry. In the Royal Conservatory there was this creepy looking dog, a hound that appeared from thin air. I figured to summon my lovely pet rats to play with him, so they did. They chew every flesh he had and even the bones. Then I moved further and I saw them, the goddamn teleporting assassins from the last day. They were no problem for me, stuck my knife in their throats and left them laying to rot. I tried sneaking through a conservatory and noticed. Good thing I was hearing witchcraft assassins arguing about some kind of summons. So as I said, I passed them unnoticed. But on the second floor some kind of black dick attacked me. Some kind of devil's wine. Had to kill it so it wouldn't make a lot of noise. These assassins were non-human. I could see their skin changing, the darkness coming from their eyes. Let's just kill Ashworth and fucking leave this place.
How goes the communion? I am hungry to whisper into the ears of the oracular sisters.
And here she was, talking to Delilah's statue while two hounds guard her back. Just so you could see how overpowered am I now, I will show you how the assassination worked. Have fun.
You've learned sorcery over your long years. Murderer! Dal couldn't kill me.
Yeah, those puppies had no chance. Same with Brianna Ashworth. All she could do was teleport. Well, that was one of my first powers that I already mastered. So now that I killed that woman, I saw Delilah's statue and she actually talked. Am I fucking high or something? So, she was making fun of me and saying how she's actually mortal and no sword can kill her. She was right. By some kind of witchcraft, she was immortal. Immortality is not something that's going to stop me from my vengeance. I will find a way to pass by it and butcher that bitch anyhow. It's weird Korvo always fought and prepared for some soldiers, assassins, spies, people that are mortal. But now he got ambushed by some unhuman-like enemy, just like himself, just immortal. All Korvo needs to know now is how Delilah became immortal. Maybe there's a way to stop the immortality. Aramis Stilton, the man that did some horrible things and she became immortal. I need to get to the place where it happened. I need to find out what he did. So Stilton lived in the bunker secured by a fancy lock made by Kirin Jindosh. Yeah, that asshole. I need to get there, but the Jindosh lock is a trick invention. Sokolov said that he knows two people that might get me through them. One name was familiar. He was a leader of some gang called Howlers. Paolo. Yes, the same guy I killed near the black market. The guy that turned to swarm of rats when died. It would be pretty hard to get on his good side now. And wait, funny thing is he's still alive. As it turns out, he needs to be killed twice in the same day so he could stay dead. Just another man marked by the outsider. This one was marked because he found some witch hand. Of course, there was another guy who can help me, and he is Vice Overseer Bernie. Yeah, that's his name, Bernie. He is the leader of another group. Both groups will attack me on sight, but both groups are at war. And if I bring a dead body of another group leader, I will be their friend. So I need to choose, and I think I already know who got on my bad side. So here I was traveling into the city trying to get to the Howlers, so I could finally finish Paolo the bastard bandit. Good thing there was a dust storm, so I could get past the royal guards unnoticed. Well, few noticed me, but now we're dead. Also, when the dust storm cleared, I had to walk through abandoned and full of bloodflies apartments. Creepy zombie-like people were roaming through rooms. Now I actually know what they are. Both zombies are called nest keepers. They are full of bloodflies. If you get one open, a swarm of bloodflies will come out and try to eat you. Killed a lot of bloodflies, few nest keepers, few royal guards, and got myself into a district where the Howlers lived. Got myself undetected into their main base. Now it was time to find the goddamn Paolo. And here he was sitting on a chair, talking business. I waited until he stood up and went downstairs. Fucking followed him, still unnoticed. Downstairs he was torching some overseer soldier. For fuck's sake, he saw me fast. Killed his guard as fast as I could. Paolo pulled out his sword and it was time for round 2. Corvo versus Paolo again. Of course, same result, stabbed him in the back and he became swarm of white rats again. Killed the rats and noticed that Paolo's still alive, running to some safe place. Howlers were searching for me, and Paolo was running away. I had to be quick but stealthy. Walked into the room where Paolo was and there was this guard standing to my left. pulled out a gun and shot her to the face. Howlers everywhere started running towards the room, so I just had to block the door and wait straight after Paolo. Here he was desperate, but also knowing that it was his last breaths. All he did was say, "Shit," and I blew his face with my pistol. So yeah, he didn't turn to swarm of rats no more. This time he was actually dead. Now all I need to do was to carry his dead fucking body to Overseer Bernie. So I did, pistol in one hand, Paolo on the shoulder. I was pointing my gun at Howlers as they were scared of me. They couldn't believe Paolo's dead. So I went straight to Overseer's office. The soldiers were pleased to see me. I was like their hero or savior. So I was near the Vice Overseer Bernie, showed him the body and got myself appointed a family member. He told me a password to a Jindosh lock. I knew this guy is dangerous. Too dangerous to be alive actually at these dark times. But I had my task and I couldn't get distracted. Okay, so I left him, unlocked the Jindosh lock and got myself to the Stilton's house. Interesting, what kind of black magic, what kind of horror is happening there? How did Delilah got immortality? What happened to Stilton? Imagine this, we will find out in the next chapter. Thanks ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed the episode. This was Mrteamguy, just wanted to say thank you for your time and have a nice day.